Hey, Survivor fans, this is Chad with your episode 10 review of Survivor Philippines. Sorry, I know it's like late Sunday night, early Monday morning. Sorry it's getting so late to get to you. First and foremost, I wanted to say I wish everybody had a happy Thanksgiving. Wednesday night I got home, barely caught Tribal Council, and I'll get into that. So I wasn't able to watch the whole episode Wednesday night, and then I had to go to a family dinner Wednesday night. Thursday I had Thanksgiving. Friday, of course, was Black Friday hell in retail, and the whole weekend was just brutal on me because I work in retail. I'm a manager, so now I finally have a chance to breathe and get caught up in this. So here's my review. But first and foremost, I wish everybody had a happy Thanksgiving, and I hope everybody had a safe weekend with Black Friday and all that hell. Getting on to other things now. First and foremost, I want to thank Survivor Oz and Sarah Dawson for answering my question during her interview. I do want to point out my last name is not pronounced Kinsiot, it's actually Kincaid. Survivor Oz, Ben, no big deal, bro, man. But I thought that was kind of funny, but it's not Kinsiot, it's Kincaid. Okay, on with all that. Let's go on to the review. And obviously they recap the last week's episode with artists getting voted out and all that stuff. They go back to Lisa, who Abby's questioning her about the alliance, and she's like, I've never been good with breakups, so obviously the alliance had shifted. Let's see, there's going to be a lot of jumping around because most of my emphasis is going to be on Tribal Council, but I'll talk about some of what happened during the episode as well. The reward challenge, it was basically another team challenge with a flip of the drums. It was red versus yellow. Basically, it was young versus old. Red was Abby, Carter, Malcolm, and Pete versus Penner, Denise, Scoopin, and Lisa Blair. There was a couple of moves where Abby did it and Scoopin where they flipped the wrong drum or jumped the gun. So basically, the young team won. They go off to the a spa beauty thing, and there was a couple funny parts or moments that stuck out in my mind. I thought it was weird seeing that Malcolm wore a towel around his head. I thought that was kind of bizarre. And Abby saying that she feels like a queen. We all know Abby's a queen and a princess. She's beautiful. So they come back from the reward challenge. They also had food and pedicures, manicures, whatever spas do. I've never been to one, so whatever. So they go back to camp. Malcolm proposes a Final Four deal with him, Scoop, and Denise, and Blair, meaning Lisa. So Scoopin's like, well, we got to get Penner. We got to question Penner, and Penner basically turned it down. I don't know if that's a bad move or a good move. We'll see. He basically said, let's make it a Final Six deal. So basically, the remaining players minus Pete and Abby. That's all I got to say about that. The immunity challenge, it was kind of like a buoy water challenge, and you had undo knots and all that. Basically, what it boils down to, my fellow runner Carter won it, so that was kind of it wasn't necessarily a shock, but you know, his game is like he's playing a very under the radar game, and I think he's just like he's now starting to play the game. So but we go back to camp, and Scoopin changes it up again because he sees Malcolm as a threat. So again, Scoopin changes it up. we don't know what alliance he's going or where he's going to go at. Sorry, I'm a little tired. Like I said, I just now finally had time to breathe, so it's like, ugh. Alright, we're going on to this ugly tribal, and basically what happened was, and this tribal kind of pissed me off. It was basically very, very hard to watch for me. Basically because of how they treated Abby, mainly Jeff Probst, because it just seemed like he was out to get her, and it was really ridiculous. He said it must have been cultural, and basically it was way out of line, made her cry. Denise was in on it, helped a little bit with that, and it was just really brutal. And I mean, I'm a fan of Abby's, and yeah, I disagree with some of the things she did in the game, but I mean, I just don't see the point of making somebody cry and bullying or just pointing a finger and singling somebody out like that, and just it was just horrible to watch. And I know a lot of people were going, yeah, but I mean, come on. I mean, it was way out of line, and the poor girl on one of her Facebook posts said something along the lines like she felt like no one liked her, and that's not true. And she's got a lot of fans that love her, and if you get to know the real person who she is outside the game, totally different person. I know I'm just your average fanboy that probably to a lot of people my opinion won't mean much, but that's okay. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just an average fanboy that's saying it's not right to judge somebody outside a game or singling somebody out like that to make them cry or make them feel less of a person, because that's just not right. So, but that's all I'm going to say. That was probably the worst tribal I've seen in a long time, and it was just very hard for me to watch, and even rewatching the episode so I can refresh my memory was just brutal. So, but other than that, I guess the tribal ruined the episode for me. I don't know, because that was just an okay episode for me. So, but that's all I have. So, like I said, it started so late, and next week, hopefully it's better, because looks like Abby found another idol or something, according to the preview. So basically it boils down to, oh yeah, I missed, Pete got voted out. So yeah, Pete's gone. So Pink Hoodie guy's gone. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. But in other words, so that brings down my two faves. Scoopin' and Abby are still in it. Malcolm's still in it, and Carter's still in it, and so is Penner. The people I'm originally rooting for are still in it. So my chances are good this year, because every year I root for people to go to the end, and they never do. But this season's been good to me as far as that goes. So we'll see. All right, well, see you next week. Peace, love, chicken grease, and stay good to each other. Peace. Love you guys.